Teaching resources are very important in your teaching because it enhances your lesson and makes it easier for learners to see what you are teaching them, and also to make your teaching interesting. So I used three types of resources in my teaching. So far, I used the transparency, a chart, and a video. The first resource I used is the transparency. I used this transparency in my geography lesson to show how the earth heats up in different places. It was quite easier to use this transparency because it doesn't need much, maybe, resources. And it was interesting for learners because something they didn't knew, something that was new to them. Second resource I used is a chart or an interactive chart. This has to be one of my favorite resources because it's not time consuming, it's much easier to use it, and it's just simple and straightforward. It makes explaining easier because you're explaining something learners can see. And it has to be one of the easiest to use in my lesson because it doesn't need any technology. It's easier and it's easier to make, and learners understand it easier. So this interactive chart has to be one of the easiest, and it makes learning fun because learners get to be hands-on in their learning, or because they get an opportunity to paste.
For my third resource, I bought spices. Spices, um, I use them in social sciences when I'm explaining a chapter where European explorers explored countries like India to show them that they went for spices such as raja, coriander, pepper. I bought a few spices that I cook